What's up, guys? So, I am ridiculously excited for today. You know why? This right here. You can see that. So, yesterday, the closest reptile shop to my house was over 30 minutes away from me. I know. But officially today, that over 30-minute drive drops to 10 minutes because my buddy Alex from Imperial Reptiles is opening up a shop in Orlando, and their grand opening is today. So let's go check it out.
I'm not going to delay you guys any further from coming in, and welcome. Right.
All right, guys, so this is the man of the hour. Here he is, the owner of Imperial Reptiles Orlando, Alex or Alejandro, whatever you want to call him. I call him Alex. What do you prefer?
Alex is fine. People call me Alejandro, people call me Alex. Either works.
Either one. So, beautiful place, as you guys just saw. It's so clean, so crisp, and amazing. So, I gotta ask right off the bat, like my childhood dream was to one day own my own reptile store too. Of course, I've been at the shows and everything, which is as close as I can get to it for my current goals. So, was that like your dream? What inspired you to, basically build this awesome store?
Well, I've always been business-minded. It's kind of always been one of my other passions in life, other than reptiles and paintball and all the other crazy stuff that I'm into. And as a kid, I was really into reptiles, and there was only one shop. It wasn't even a shop, it was like in a warehouse. It was like super underground, and my grandparents and my parents would never want to take me because it was kind of sketchy. So growing up, still only a couple shops out of town, and I would have to drive, so it would take me forever to get there. So I always said that when I was old enough and I loved business, I was going to open up a store in my part of town, to be able to offer these reptiles and supplies to our community. And the opportunity presented itself at my senior year of college. I was working at the paintball shop, and the place next door opened up. I had already been saving up some money. I had sold off like a previous collection of fat tails to kind of get ready for that. And I just decided to go for it. We opened up the first store, and we grew every single year. We started off with like a little table in the middle and some 10-gallon tanks, and we added, supplies every year. Every time we could add more to it, we just reinvested back into the shop. More cages, nicer cages, better lighting, better UVB for the animals, better displays, more supplies. Because we're a resource for the community, we sell stuff and we make money, that's the end goal, we're a business, but at the same time we want to be able to offer help and be a resource to people, where they got animals from us or they didn't. These supplies are here because the people ask for it. Anything that you see here, we've probably used in a cage at some point in time. So we were just super excited to offer something that I would shop in directly to the community. And then this store came about because we tried to grow in Miami. We were upgrading every year, little by little, and we came to a point where we just couldn't grow anymore. That we reached like a cap. We couldn't find a new place in Miami because landlords are just really difficult to work with. So we decided to keep our small shop and then venture out and open up a second store somewhere else. My mom's lived here in Orlando for 10 years. We've been vending all the Repticons, Orlando, Kissimmee.
And I just met your mom. Super nice.
Yeah, she is. She's awesome. So all my family's here. They're really supportive. They're not reptile people, but we're family people. So we all support each other no matter what we do. But doing the Repticon shows, we kind of got a feel for the market over here. We established a good customer base here. People were coming to the shows looking for Imperial. You know, they'd go to the Repticons just to go to our table. You know, so that said a lot to us, and we just started asking customers, what would you do if we had a store in Orlando? And they're like, we would love to go. So we're like, all right, we'll make it happen.
Well, and I said at the beginning of this video too, that as of like before you guys open, the closest reptile shop to me in Apopka is over 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
And so now it's less than 10 for me.
Yeah.
So first, thank you personally.
You're welcome.
We're gonna check out some of these awesome reptiles that are in the store here.
And we're gonna jump right to it. My hands and arms are gonna feel it.
Check out this guy.
A blue tree monitor. They come from the island of Indonesia, Varanus macrae. He scratched up his nose a little bit when I took him out. Their claws are super duper sharp. You can see he's tearing me up. These guys can only be found on one island, Bantana Island. These guys will eat eggs, little birds, smaller lizards, large insects, roaches. You can check out that prehensile tail, how it's wrapping around my arm. They'll use that to hold on to branches and stuff as they jump around. These guys are still pretty rare in the hobby, but they are readily bred in captivity. So you should be able to find captive bred babies available often. They're not cheap, but they're a beautiful lizard, and you can set them up in something just really nice and just interact with them differently than handling. This is definitely not something you want to be handling on the reg, but just enjoy the beauty.
Yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous.
I love African fat-tailed geckos, and down here we have some pretty cool morphs that I really like. I'm a big fan of the caramel African fat-tailed geckos. I love their colors, and people ask me, "Oh, why do you love the fat-tailed geckos and the versus the leopard geckos? What do you see in them?" I'm a big fan of earth tone colors, so I love browns and tans and like caramels. And the fat tails just have kind of like a little shorter face. I know you have a couple fat tails, right?
I do.
I love your fat tails. They're really cool. They're really personable. They'll walk out to you.
Oh yeah.
They're a little bit finicky. They're not as easy to keep as the leopards. They won't just eat mealworms out of a dish. So they're a little bit more of a challenge, and I kind of like that.
Yeah. Anytime I'm like even walking by the terrarium, they like come out, and it's almost like they're saying hi, even though I know they're just basically begging for food. Yeah. Because they will nonstop eat everything I feed them.
This is another. This one's a fatty. This is a whiteout Oreo, a Barent. And you could just see this is almost full grown, so they're a smaller gecko, and I don't know, I just like their look a lot. That's honest. They're even on my logo. People ask, why do you like it? I just like the look. I can't describe it. And I think other reptile people kind of get that,
Yeah. They're actually one of the most requested gecko species I always get asked about.
Very cool. Yeah, they're definitely growing in popularity now with all the color morphs. And then leopard geckos are still really popular, and people love the orange ones. Check this out.
Oh yeah, that's what I started with right there.
It's nothing almost
that
beats
one's
a good
vibrant, too.
tangerine, leopard gecko, and he's giving us some tail wags, letting us know he's big and bad.
Yeah.
This is an Anfiki, if I pronounce that right, a little cow panther chameleon.
That was good.
I'm not from Madagascar, so I'm not too sure. And this guy, he'll sometimes start coloring up. He'll be like a blue. He'll be like a blue and a green, and he'll have some white. Panther chameleons get really large. They're one of the larger species of chameleon. The males can live 5 to 8 years. The females have a shorter lifespan because they breed and lay eggs. That's their only goal in life, is to hunt, find food, reproduce, and pass on their genes to the next generation. These guys will change colors, but not to match the background of where they're at.
Like most people think.
Like most people do. They'll actually kind of move slowly to mimic a leaf, blowing in the wind. But they use their colors to communicate. So they'll, brighten up, to kind of mark their territory when they see another male, or brighten up when they see a female that's ready to breed. They'll darken up to get heat, so they're trying to bask. They can darken up to absorb some more heat, and also to let you know when they're stressed. These guys can shoot their tongue out. I'm sure many of you guys watching know these guys can shoot their tongue out pretty much their whole body.
That's basically half the reason why you get a chameleon is to watch them eat.
And look at that.
Yeah, there we go. Now he's showing some real color.
So this is Elian and Fidel. ¿Qué pasa, Jota? These are the Cuban false chameleons. These are actually an anole, and anoles are super underrated.
Oh yeah.
Anoles are super underrated. They make some of the coolest pet reptiles that you can keep. There's so much diversity in their colors and everything. Ron St. Pierre has some like Blue Beauty anoles, I think is what they're calling them. Anolis, Equatoris, Pontior, something like that. I'm not sure, but
these guys have gotten ridiculously popular.
And they come from my land of Cuba. My family's Cuban, so it's always cool to have, you know, an animal that is found, you know, where my family's from. So this is one of our future breeders. This is a male snow hognose. We got a small collection of hognose that we're pairing up to try to have some babies. It's not guaranteed, but we're trying. We have a snow, an anaconda, a purple superconda, albino, and an axanthic. So, but we just love like their little pig nose. These guys can be found in the United States, and I think that's really cool. One of my favorite lizards is a Gila monster. So if I can't have one of those, I might as well have something else that's endemic to the U.S. that's still really cool with like the keeled scales and stuff.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. So, and besides all these awesome reptiles you have, you also offer a wide selection of supplies, as you can see, and also feeders.
Yes.
That's a big thing too.
Yeah, and that's a big thing when it comes to it. I mean, the animals are cool and everybody loves looking at the animals, but you can't keep the animals without supplies.
Correct.
You know, and I'm a firm believer in using the best for my animals, and I think people should do the same. They should use the best for their animals. So we offer a variety of not just supplies, but of brands. You know, Zilla, Exoterra, Zoomed, PSU, Pangea, Repashy, Galapagos. There's a couple there that I didn't mention. But we just try to carry a little bit of everything because people have brand loyalty. People like using certain products, and I totally understand that. So that's something I wanted to offer to them.
Yeah, 100%. Alright, so I won't keep you much longer, but I was just thinking too, like one of the coolest things about having your store in Orlando is a destination. You have Disney, Universal, SeaWorld here. People come from all over the world to visit. So because you have so many followers on Instagram and stuff, probably people that don't live in Florida, now a lot of them can kind of almost double dip, and next time they visit for vacation to Orlando, they can actually hit up your store while they're here.
They can come visit the shop, check out all the animals, pick up maybe some supplies that they need. You know, it's a real deal reptile shop, so we're gonna have tons of stuff to look at, not just one species repeated over and over again. So it's fun. Our first week open, we had a couple people from New York and Chicago, so definitely being in a destination city is gonna pick up that traffic and just have people be able to see, you know, what they see on Instagram, what they see on Facebook, see it in a first-person point of view and get to experience it firsthand.
Nice, nice. And I almost forgot to mention, but your store in Miami actually received the Zoomed Award?
Yeah. We received the Store of the Month award.
Store of the Month.
Yeah, last year, which was really cool. It was during COVID. You know, we had the lockdowns going and everything. We stayed open. You know,
That's awesome.
We're an essential business, and we were doing, you know, drive-through service pretty much. We were the only shop open in our plaza, and we had lines of cars just like out the door, handing out crickets like McDonald's drive-through. So it was really cool that Zoomed kind of honored us during that, you know, chaotic time. And showcased our small little 500 square foot store as Store of the Month, and now we got this 1,500 square foot animal. You know, but we're excited to be here, you know, and thanks so much for coming, Brian. You know,
no problem.
Priscilla and Logan wanted to come, but, you know, next time.
Yep, next time. They did want to come, actually, so definitely I'll have to bring them here soon. Anyways, thank you, Alex, and thank you all for watching the video.
Definitely.
Make sure to come by, check out his shop. He's a great guy, amazing animals. You got to check it out, and make sure to subscribe to our channel and subscribe to Imperial Reptiles YouTube channel, too. And anyways, peace. We'll see you next time.
We're out of here, guys.